I too sick, man, I gonna need a medic. Obviously a fly, LV on my belly. Don't be the kind, that I'm my pocket heavy. Have money on my brain, keep talk what you're saying. Talk out with the code that I serve, not the lane. Ice on my neck that shine like a chain. Now that money, man, I know what you're saying. Big kind hot, I'm study stocks. I want all the hood, I'm a not that I'm flying like this, now I don't need a gas. I'm up on the line, anywhere up on the map.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. Malik here, and today we're going to be looking at my three trades on the Nasdaq 100. That's typically me breaking my rules because I go for two trades max on the day. So I definitely broke my rules, and I really fucked up today because I had three losers. So I didn't have to take three losers. I should have only taken two. So I don't know what to say. I broke my rule there. I broke my rule yesterday, trading into the close, swinging that into the next day, thinking I had a good position. And then I entered two trades today, thinking I would have been able to catch the move, to which I was wrong and I lost on them. So let me actually break down these. The worst part about these is that I have to document where I messed up, which really bothers me to do that. Like, it's not fun. So that's why it's good to document, I would say, because if you're fucking up, you're literally going to have to show yourself fucking up. Like, document all of it, right? And it's going to be there for you to watch again, and other people are going to see. But let's get into it. Hopefully, you learn from my mistakes. Anyone watching this, and just don't make them, or try not to make them as much. So, yesterday I entered a trade. So, we're looking at the trades for the 22 candle. So, I entered a trade at 4 p.m. looking to swing it into the next day. So entered a trade 4 p.m. buy side trade, and let's look at where I entered. 18,343 flat, 343, and I actually recorded this entire video already. It just wasn't recorded properly, so that's why I'm actually doing it over. And you'll see that some parts of my watch list are already filled out because I already did this entire video. So I have an entry here at 18,343, and then I actually got my stop loss triggered at 18,311.8, but I actually got stopped out at 18,312 for a total loss of, I think, 30 something. Yeah, 30.9. And you can see I got stopped out on the 22 candle. You'll actually see that reflect here on the chart here. I can actually make this a little bigger. This is more important. So perfect. So I actually got stopped out on the 22 candle. You'll see it indicated there by that broken line. Putting zooming in so you can have a better look. So I entered a buy side trade looking to swing it. I was thinking this was the bottom. This would have been the bottom for the next day, but it turns out the market actually did come back down and zigzag before actually coming up, but not a true come up, because Thursday it made a high and Friday it wasn't able to touch that high, right? Let's look at the next trade now. The next trade now, another position closed by a stop loss. I entered another buy side trade, and that was at 8:40 on the Friday candle. Let's go to that. So entered on this candle, and what was my entry here? My entry was 18,288.4. Whoa, you see, I'm so lucky, it just dropped me right there. So 18,288.4, and then I got stopped out at 18,270.9, but it actually filled me at a different price. So let's just put that there. 18,272.1. 18,272.1, that's where I got stopped out. And that should be on the 9 candle there. So I entered on the 8, and then got stopped out on the 9. So wherever I entered on the 8, I was able to ride that. I mean, it probably already made that push down. So when I entered, I was in here riding, looking for it to continue up and for me to not get stopped out. Granted, if I had a bigger stop loss, I would have been able to capitalize on the move from here on this account. But you're not gonna do it all the time. I had set a 30 loss because I already lost one already. So I lost 32.60 on that trade. I entered here 18288. I got stopped out at 18270.9. Right? Let's look at the next one now. So this is when I started to not feel very confident. So I flipped it, which is bad practice. Typically, when you flip it, you already know you fucked up. Like, you know, you're probably not going to catch the trades on today and you're just trying to scrape and get something off the table, you know? And that's exactly what I was doing. So looking into my psychology, that wasn't a good trade to take. So at this point, it looked like the market was going to head down. So we're at one of the lowest points of the day at 18,2662, and then I actually got stopped out at 18,301.5, 18,301.5. And I'm guessing, what did I lose here? This is saying I lost like 35.3, but I mean, oh, yeah, that's accurate. Okay, so I lost 35.3 on this trade. Entered to the sell side, I got stopped out on that same 9 o'clock candle. So I actually entered at the lowest point of this candle. So this would have been a great, like the ultimate buy side trade. I didn't even have to take much risk if I had entered there. You don't have to take any risk. You could literally come right here. You could risk $3. So you risk $100. So you risk $300 on this trade. You would have been able to go crazy on the upside. I don't even want to look at that right now. But that's basically what I did today. 3 losing trades. One was a $30 loss, one was a 32, and one was a 35. And I'm okay with that because typically when I win, you can see I go for, what's this, 2 times or a little bit over 2 times the risk. So when I make out, I make out. Sometimes I do even better. So I'm looking for at least 2 times my risk, 3 times. I typically like 100 thereabout. But if the market isn't giving you that, you can't really do much about it. And then now let's get into my watch list stocks. So since I said I already did this one, you can actually move it here. I already did this one. So we have Bitcoin actually trending lower. I'll still pull up the charts. We have Bitcoin actually, it looked like it was going lower here, but right now we're actually pushing up a little higher on the weekend, but I don't trade on the weekends. Tesla 170, same as here, 0.90. So Tesla basically was trending up for the day, but Thursday it was, or pre-market, it was having a huge sell-off and actually sold off from this zone cleanly here. Clean. I love when my zones show cleanly where price reacts from. Immersion at 77.9. So pretty much the same. Bit farms, I was saying Bit farms was going a bit lower and it was, so it's at 2.3. I had 2.32 when I wrote this. It's at 2.31, so it went down a little bit lower. Nvidia was at 940, so it was coming up a little higher. It's at the same price now. AMD is pretty much the same price that we saw it days now. So 179, 178, 181, 181. So AMD isn't really doing much. It seems very range bound at the moment. You can see it bouncing between these ranges. Okay, SMCI, it's about the same as the day before, but overall it's higher, and it looks like, to me, it looks like it's poised to go a little bit higher, touch back into that $1,000 range and go higher. And that's basically it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. And what actually did this on the other video. What are my predictions for next week? My predictions for next week. So even though we have a daily close like this, it didn't look very convincing. I kind of would still look for the weekly candle to expand above this, which would be really good, which would mean the market would go for another all-time high. So let's see what that does. I'm gonna have a great trading week next week, and I hope you do too. Bye.